Hello, Apples. Welcome back. So this is going to be a Q&A for SB19 concert. I'm just gonna start out by saying it was so worth it. I might have booked everything last minute and actually got my hands on a VIP ticket, and I'm so excited. I mean, I didn't get to meet them, but I still like everything was worth it. Even if I would have just kept my balcony seats, it would have been worth it. The balcony was actually very nice, actually. Like a lot of people got like standing up there. Like I happened to look around because like I'm a short person, so like standing in the crowd was very difficult. My hands were like this the whole time holding up my phone. Like I was, and then sometimes I didn't look at my phone because I wanted to experience the concert as much as I could. So like I was watching it, so I really wasn't watching my phone. I just know I had my hands up and I was sitting there singing. I know you guys heard me singing and screaming and saying Ken like 50 million times, but I tried my hardest. Oh, it was the best thing. I might have went alone. I didn't meet anybody until I actually started standing in line. And then it was so weird when people noticed me. Like I didn't necessarily like, I didn't want to say I didn't like it, but like it felt so weird for people to like be like, oh my gosh, April? And I'm just like, oh no, that's not me. Like it felt so weird. Like I don't know how to explain that. Like you ever had like you've met one person once and like they happen to remember you and you walk by and like you don't know who they are but they know who you are and they call out your name or they're like, "Hey, I know you." Like that it felt so surreal. Like it was crazy. So like now that like that happened and like seeing like artists and like when they're famous and they meet their fans, like that must be so like crazy. Like that's just a crazy experience in itself. But SB19, I want to start crying. They literally put on the best show. And I know I'm going to go through. I have questions on my YouTube and my Twitter that a lot of y'all wanted me to answer. I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying I remember one question specifically that said how does this concert compare to the K-pop concert or the other concerts you've went to? I'm not going to compare because every single concert and every single group that I go and see means something different to me, and no one's better than anybody else. Like no one's better than anybody else. Everybody is amazing and everybody puts on the greatest show. So I'm not going to compare. So that question, like I'm not going to answer that question because I'm not going to say SB19 is better than any other group I've went and saw because that isn't necessarily true. It's more on the fact that I think they're all amazing and they all gave their all and I enjoyed every single performance. So I just wanted to say that, like you shouldn't compare groups because like I said, they're all different and they all hit somebody different. Like the 1 o'clock concert hit me different than the SB19 concert, and the Masa X concert I went to hit me different from the SB19 and 1 o'clock concert, just like anybody else, you know? Like I don't know how to explain that unless like you're like a big multi-stan and you go and watch multiple groups. Like you're gonna realize that nobody's better than anybody else. Everybody puts in their 100%. It's just they hit you differently. And seeing SB19 meant so much to me because I same with one o'clock, honestly. Because I found these groups through YouTube and getting to like sitting here looking at a screen and reacting is different than actually seeing them live. Like you see how much passion and how much they love their fans, and SB19 has this aura about them. Like they're so captivating. Like you cannot not watch. Like seeing them in person seeing Ken in person, like I'm freaking out just remembering. Like, oh my god. Like it was, I have tears. I literally have tears in my eyes. I want to start crying because it was worth it. Like that, I literally bought tickets that morning and flew out to LA. And I don't regret it. I would do it again. I have tears coming out my eyes. Watching them talk too about, especially when they're about to perform Go Up at the end, and I have tears coming down my eyes. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I get so emotional because like I said, every concert hits me differently, you know, because like I have different experience with each person I go and see. And yeah, it was amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the Q&A instead of me sitting here breaking down. I don't know if I'll be able to start talking. So all right. So let me see. Aaron Baptist. I'm gonna probably put the questions up here on the screen. So it says, were their live performances as good as they are online? Hope this gets noticed. It was 10 times better. Like, seeing them in person, like I said, was like, I have no words. And please don't even get me started. Don't even get me started on attention and the Bazinga dance part. And I was like, I wasn't like first row, but I was like pretty close to the stage, and like, yeah, they put on a show. Like, they did not come to play. That's all I gotta say. They literally were like, we're gonna show you who we are, and like, even if you don't know, because there was a few people there that was new and didn't really, know them, because I remember them asking the question and people raising their hand, and I know they became 18 after that, because they literally, oh, I cannot. I love them so much. Like, I really do. Okay. Okay, this is from IKSUC. I don't want to butcher these names, so I'm not gonna say the name if I can't say it, okay? Did you enjoy the concert? Did you have any regrets in coming over to LA just to see the boys in their concert? No. That, definitely not. Like I just said, definitely not. Like, I will do it again. How did you find Ken's appearance and performance in the concert? Did you not hear me scream, Ken? I mean, did you see? I tried to get everybody, but did you see where my camera accidentally went most of the time? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Okay, so that should answer that question. Like, Ken was amazing. His voice live. Oh my god, if I could have met him, I would have looked at him dead in the face and been like, I am obsessed with your voice. Can you please sing Paleo to me? He starts singing Paleo, I'll start dancing. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh goodness. It says, are you still willing to come to their concert if they come back next year? Of course. If I can go, I'm going to go. And this time I'm not going to wait for them to drop a concert that they didn't necessarily announce the first time. So I'll be prepared this time, hopefully. And me missing the Wish Bus really hurt me so bad, because I saw pictures with all these everybody with like BGYO, and I saw the SB19 pictures, and I'm just like, my heart was like, they're like an hour away, April. Oh, that hurt me so bad. Okay. Is Ken your ultimate bias? Yes. Yes, he is. He is actually... Headshani has been, from NCT, has been my ult of all ults for years now. How long have I been reacting to SB19? A year. Oh, no, not yet. In December, it'll be a year. Ken done made it to ult bias. I have 2 ult biases, and Ken made it to ult. And that, oh, it's his voice. His voice just does something to me. I love his voice. Like, I cannot say that enough. I don't know if you guys notice, but every time, like, I can just hear Ken. If I just listen to an audio, I can hear Ken. Like, oh my god, I love him. Okay. Kenpro for life, of course. Also, let me clarify that a little, because I had a little bit of a problem on Twitter, and I've been using that hashtag for months now. Like, ever since I made Ken a ult bias, or like my bias of SB19, I just made that hashtag up. I do that a lot when I just make random stuff up. I'm not shipping us or anything like that. That was not my intention. That was not my intention. I'm not one of those fans or one of those people that get all like possessive, or you know what I'm talking about. Like, whenever I do that, like, if specifically that comes to mind was the Gimme That performance. Like, I was just kidding. Like, I mean, I was literally just kidding. Like, I know that would never be a thing. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. So, like, Kenpro's like a thing where I made up when I was like, yes, bias. Because, like, for the longest time, I never had a bias of SB19 because I loved them all. And I still love them all. Just Ken just hits me a little harder than the rest, okay? So, I just wanted to clear that up a little too. So, ooh, this person's got a lot of questions. Do you still have plan to meet him personally if there's a chance? Oh, yes. Yes, if I can meet him. There's so much I want to say, but I'll probably go blank when I actually see him. And if he notices me, like Taka did it for 1 o'clock, yeah, no. I'm gonna, like, my train of thought of the questions I was gonna ask or say would go leave my body, and I'm going to shut down because I am that person. Like, you saw the video of me meeting 1 o'clock, like, because in my mind I was like, do not recognize me, do not recognize me. And then I saw Taka's face suddenly change, and I was like everything inside of me just dropped. My heart dropped, and I was like, oh no. So yes, I want to meet him, and I hope he doesn't recognize me. I do hope he recognizes me, but at the same time I don't, because sometimes I'm just like, my reactions, I go back and watch my reactions, and I'm like, April, what are you saying? What are you doing? So, okay, and then the last question. Is Paleo still your #1 fave song? Thank you, April. Aww. And then they said, but I respect whatever your decision is. Yes, I don't want to say this for sure because I'm not sure, but you remember how I stopped doing it because people kept getting butthurt for no reason. I don't understand why people kept getting butthurt, but I used to do my Spotify most listened to of the month. I didn't choose that. That's what I kept trying to tell everybody. Like, I even put in the thing, I was like, according to Spotify, this was most listened to of this month. You know, like, I wasn't choosing these songs. My Spotify was choosing them based on how many times I listened to the song or how many times the song came on my playlist. Mind you this, I have over 1,200 songs on my playlist. So, I am banking on Paleo being in my rap of 2021 most played song of the year. Because if I'm not, like, doing those things, like the Spotify most listened to from the beginning of the year, and I quit about May or June of this year. I stopped doing that because, like I said, people kept getting mad and stuff for no reason. I don't understand that. But anyways, Paleo was always #1. Always #1. And I still listen to that song like on it. Like that song. Okay, that song. Like I said, I am banking. There are a few songs. I'm gonna put up a poll because I'm not even sure what my rap's gonna be. I'm thinking it's going to be Paleo because of how many times I play that song. It's either between Paleo by Ken Phillip, or it's gonna be Not by the Moon by Got7. I don't know how many times I've played that song. It could possibly Accident by Woods. I played that song out. I played The Baddest a lot by BGYO, but I think I didn't get into that song until middle of the year, so I'm not sure if that one will make it quite on there. And then let me see. There was one other song I listened to a lot. Oh, Gifted by Be First. That could possibly be on there too, because I played that song out also. Like I said, it could be a lot of possibilities. When I say I love a lot of music and a lot of different artists, I'm not joking. But like I said, I'm thinking Paleo is going to be my #1 song of 2021, like most listened to. I wonder how many times. It's going to be funny because it's going to be on there. For sure it's going to be in the top 5. I know for a fact it's going to be in the top 5. If it's not 1, I know it's going to be in the top 5 for sure. Like, definitely. But I cannot wait to see how many times I've played that song. It's going to be funny as hell. I'm going to be like, April, what is wrong with you? Okay. Moving on. This is going to be a long Q&A. Okay. Okay, let me see. What do you, Mick Corpin? The first one is, have you met with your bias already? No, unfortunately I didn't get to meet them. And then, what do you think about their live performance? Like I've said before, their live performance is like top notch. Like, they are performers to a T, and like I already knew they could sing, but hearing them live, their mics were on, okay? Their mics were on, and they sounded freaking phenomenal, okay? Phenomenal. All right. I don't know if I can answer all these questions. They're gonna be here a long time, okay? It says, Gary Sumayo. I think that's how you say that. I could be totally wrong. I think this is the person that asked about how's my first SB19 concert experience? Like I've said before, amazing. I would do it again. I would, even if it was last minute, I'd do it again. Like, they mean so much to me. They really do. Between their music and the way they sing. Oh my God. The soul, the passion, like you could tell they love it. So, and then I think this is also the person that asked about compare to other concerts, K-pop and others you attended in the past. Like I've said before, I'm not going to do that because if I was to say, I think they're all did their best. They all did amazing. No one's better than anybody else. So that's how I'm going to leave it. I've talked about how I feel about that question. All right. So I cannot pronounce this name, but like I said, I'm probably going to put these questions up on my screen. So, have you lost your voice in screaming while watching them live? I didn't lose my voice this time. It was almost gone. But when I say my voice cracked multiple times because of how much I screamed, I am not joking. I screamed so much that every time I go to try to scream again, like my voice was going out and it would like crack so bad. But that's besides the point. Like when I got home, like my throat was like dry and sore. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to lose the voice. I was close to losing it. I really was. And then it says, if you rate your energy in a scale of 1 to 10 while watching them live, what was it and why? 100? That's me at every concert though. Me in every concert. My energy is always top notch. If I'm going to see somebody live and if I'm going to a concert, you best believe, you guys see how I react? You think me in person at a concert? Oh no. My energy is on 1,000. I get so hype. I love music and I love every person I go and watch. I love. So like, if you know I'm buying tickets and I'm going to this concert, best believe I'm gonna be the one in the crowd that's jumping and singing and dancing. Like, I was dancing to Bazinga. Yeah, I had no room to do it, but I was doing it. Same with Salama. When Salama came, I don't even want to talk about that one. It was funny because I didn't catch it on camera because I didn't start recording yet, but I was like, I swear, if they came out and sing Salamat, I'm going to be dead. I'm not going to make it. And then all of a sudden, Ba-da-ba-ba Salamat, thanks. It started playing and I was like, dead. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. This is by Kaiwini Yan. I'm so sorry. I'm probably pronouncing y'all's names so wrong. Okay. When you meet them in person, I said, oh, okay. How'd you handle the situation? Well, I didn't specifically get to meet them in person, like actually get to talk to them or anything, but like when I saw them, I was shaking. My ass was shaking. Like my hand was like this, because I saw Ken come out and I was like, oh my God. The way Ken came out and the way Justin just walked on stage, I was not fine, okay? I was not freaking fine. And then it's like, I mean, like in your vlog, you're so cute when you reacted to them. How much more when you saw them in person? Like I said, my energy's on 1,000. So like, dude, I was going crazy. And then whenever I met the 18s that I met, I was so happy that I met those two girls. Like, I was so happy. They were so sweet and so humble. And oh my gosh, they made my experience a whole lot more enjoyable too, because like I said, I went there by myself and I didn't really know anybody. Like I said, I met some people that like recognized me and stuff and like said thank you and stuff, but like I didn't actually have anybody to talk to. Those two girls are the only ones that that I was like interacted with for the longest. And then I met this one girl too in the crowd. We were standing beside each other and her energy was just as amazing as mine. Like, we were like hyper as crap. Actually, no, I met two girls in the crowd. Their energy was, one was also a Ken stan and then the other was a Josh stan. So like, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. I had a lot of fun. Says, okay, nm.s. How many times did you swerve biases? Tell us specific parts about the reason for it. Never. Not once. If you guys saw my vlog, I never once swerved, if you could tell. Look, I'm blushing because I'm thinking about it. I never once swerved. I'll never swerve. I'll always be a chicken. I'll always be in the poultry. I will never leave. I am in there for life. Like I said, Kimprel for life. Yes, I didn't swerve. Jess did come out. Let me talk about Justin. Baby Justin, like you guys know he's been wrecking me for a while now, right? Justin sounds phenomenal live. Like his mid-tone, like the way he sings, wow. And his facial expressions, if anybody was to come for me during the concert, it would have been Justin. My baby Jess came out way too many times for me. He really did. Like, yeah. If I had to say anybody was to come for me, it would have been Justin. For sure. Wow. Like, I can't get over how he's the one who surprised me the most. Like, and it's so funny because he always surprises me. And, like, later, like, I kept like, whenever I started out reacting, you know, like, I always was talking about, because, you know, Stell can freaking sing. That man's got vocals. Same with Pablo the Soul. Like, we all know. And then, like, I always noticed Justin, but I didn't notice Justin, if that makes any sense. And then I kept reacting, and then, like, his voice just started hitting me differently. And I was like, oh my God, I love his voice. Like, he just has something about him that's like, like I said, he has like a mid-tone, mainly when he sings. But he can go low. Like, trust me, I've heard Justin in his low register, and I'm like, is Ken teaching you something? Damn. And then he can, like, his falsetto is really pretty too. Oh, and so, like, hearing him live was so amazing. Like, he really, like, stood out to me. Like, I loved Justin's voice at this concert. And then Ken, and then, I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I was talking about voice, and then I said I was talking about low register and falsetto. Did you guys hear Ken? Did you guys see Ken? Okay, I'm sorry. You guys know how I feel about Ken. So, like, you guys know how I feel about his voice, and I literally am obsessed with his voice. And then him, during the cover of Ba'akoa, Ken almost had me in tears. I love his voice. Like, Ken, like, I've always said that. Like, you guys know how much I love Ken's voice. Like, tremendously love his voice. And I can express what made him become one of my old biases. Kind of like Headshot. Headshot has a very unique tone to his voice, and you can always tell when he's singing. Iran Cook, you can always picture him out of NCT, and there's 23 members in NCT. Even like when they do an NCT song, or when he's in Dream, or when he's in 127, like, he has such a unique and beautiful voice. And that's kind of what took me, like, made Ken my bias, and then move up to alt bias was his voice. Like, I was always in love with his voice, but, like, the more I gradually listened to SB19, and then just listening to Ken in general, he's so versatile. Ken is. I love his low register, and I love his falsetto, and then I love, like, just his full voice. His full voice is, oh, and then he's not main dancer for nothing. So, like, he's so versatile. I love Ken. Okay, I'm sorry. I was talking about Justin, and then I had to talk about, my baby Ken for a minute. And you guys know, Stell, that man can freaking sing. His high notes, seeing them live, I'm sitting there watching him, and I'm just like, take a breath. I don't know how you're doing that. That sounds phenomenal. Like, Stell's vocals are no joke. Same with Pablo. When he harmonizes with Stell or any of the other members, or when he's doing ad-libs, or, like, when he's going off himself, Pablo has so much soul in his voice. I love Pablo's voice. I've said that too. I've always said he has so much soul in his voice. It's amazing. It's freaking amazing. And then Josh, he's a performer. He's such a performer. Like, every time you're looking, like, every time my eyes, like, diverted to Josh just a little sometimes, he had that stage presence. He had that performer, like, presence about him. Like, his facial expressions, the way he moved, like, and his vocals sounded very nice live, too. Like, he really did. So, I'm proud of all of them. I love all of them. Like I said, I'm a Halima. So, all right. I'm not gonna try saying the names because I'm tired of butchering. No, I'm just gonna put, like I said, I'm just gonna put them up. So, did your impressions of Ken change at all after seeing him in person? If yes, how so? I have so much more respect for him. Like, I was already, in love with this man's vocals and the way he danced, and he's, like, just from them on stage, they're so humble. They're so funny, too. They're so funny. They are so cute. And the way Ken interacted with his members, like, the other members, I'm, like, sitting here, like, my heart. So, like, I love him. I love Ken so freaking much. So much. So, oh my gosh. Look, do you guys see how red my cheeks are? I'm just sitting here talking and, like, I can't even do that. Okay, I have so many questions. I'm not gonna make it through all these questions, so I'm just gonna skip through and find some ones that I kind of haven't already touched on, you know what I mean? So, some of these questions, oh, right here. Here's a good one. What's your thought on their unreleased song, Nebe? Nebe? Is it Nebe? Nebe? I remember them performing that, and I was like, what is this song? It is gorgeous. I don't know the meaning behind it, but it had very sweet but sad, like, tone to it. Like, the song, the melody, like, I was listening, and I'm just, like, I'm sitting there swaying, and I'm just, like, I felt so, like, I wanted to go hug all of them. Like, that song made me want to go hug everybody. Oh, I love that song. And then after the concert, I went and looked it up, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this song. Like, I didn't know it was an unreleased song. Like, no one ever asked me to react to that. From what I can remember, I haven't never heard of that. So when it came on, I was like, what is, like, in my head, I was thinking as I was recording, what is this? And then it came on, everybody started singing, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like, look, you see me swaying because I'm thinking back to the song. I'm just like, I love this. I love all their music, though, so... So, like I said, I love all their music. I do like some songs better than others, and then I do have a least favorite, but, like, that's everybody. Not everybody's music taste is the same, so, I mean, and, like, this song that I like the least, I love the meaning in the song, I just don't necessarily, I guess, like the production of it. I'm not gonna name it. If you guys know, you guys know. I might have mentioned it before. I think I have mentioned it before, but that's for every group. Like, even in NCT, there are some songs that just, like, there's just some songs that you just don't like. Like, you can love the group, doesn't mean you have to like the song, you know what I mean? So that's another thing that I wanted to talk about too with everybody. When you guys see me react and I say, oh, I like the song, but, like, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, doesn't mean I don't love the group. Doesn't mean I don't love the group. Just means that that particular song just isn't for me. Like, that just happens, you know? Like, you can't love, I mean, you can love the group. It doesn't mean you have to, love every song that they make. Like, you know what I mean? So, I kind of want to touch up on that, too, because I've had a few people be like, I thought you liked them. You're just a fake fan just because you don't like this song. I don't have to like the song, and I can love the group. Like, seriously, you don't have to love every single song. You just don't. Because, like, I'm really big on production, and if I don't like the production, I can love the lyrics. Like I said, I can love the lyrics, and if I don't like the production, I'm just not going to listen to the song. You know what I mean? So, that's my big thing. I have to, like, really connect with the song and vibe with it, you know? So, oh, I just thought of something. You guys know how I feel about Tia Lua. Tia Lua is one of my favorite songs by SB19. Them performing that live, oh my god. Ken, Stell, Pablo, Justin, Josh. Every single person in that group took me out on that song because I love that song so much, and hearing it live, I'm just like, they literally killed that song. Like, wow. And still hitting those notes live and then them harmonizing. Seeing that live was freaking amazing. Oh my god. That right there was the best. I personally, that was my favorite slow song that they performed. Like a ballad. Well, I love the color cover. Bucket Ba Akoa. I love that. That's a ballady song too. I love that. But they literally turned that and made it that song their like SB19. They put SB19 flavor in that song because I listened to that song by Michael. Cannot say his last name all the time. But of SB19 song of their ballady slow songs, Tia Lua is always my favorite. Will always be my favorite. But the way they performed that song, and it's their debut, like. You felt it. You felt it. I was almost in tears on that song. And I was like screaming that song. I know almost every word of that song. When Stell was hitting those high notes, I'm just like, damn, boy. Like, I know you can, but like, oh my god. And then hearing Ken harmonize in his low register in that song took me out. I was sitting there and I was like, did you guys hear? Like, I was looking around like, did you guys hear this man? Like, that was me. So, okay. This will probably be the last question I answer on, YouTube, and then I'm gonna move on to Twitter to answer some of those questions. Unless they're kind of like the same that I've already met. I was reading the question, and I already said is what I meant to say. Okay. Okay. Right here. If you ever have a chance to meet and greet all of them, what are you going to say one by one and why? I want to answer that. I do. And then I'm going to go ahead and move on to Twitter. So, all right. That's kind of hard because there's so much I want to say. That's hard. Give me a minute. I gotta like gather my thoughts for a second. So starting off with Ken. I have no idea. Wow. Probably the first word to be out of my mouth would be nothing, incoherent. I probably wouldn't be able to form a sentence. But I would definitely say thank you. Like, I'm going to say thank you to every single member, but like, thank you so much for, you know, your music. Cause he has solo work, so, and his solo work is freaking phenomenal. And thank you for working so hard, because he even like, you see him in there in his room mashing up music and making it. So that's crazy. He works so hard. I know every single member does, but he works so hard. And then I would tell him I love his voice. I love his voice. Like, that is the main thing. Like, I really want to tell him, like, your voice is phenomenal. Like, if I could have a voice and have a range, I would love to have Ken's voice. I could literally do anything with his voice. And then I tell him I love him, because I do. Not in, like, that way, but, you know, like, as in, like, a fan and, like, you know, like, an idol, like, I love you so much. Like, keep pursuing your music. Like, you know, I'm always going to stand behind you no matter what. I still need to listen to his unreleased song. I didn't know he had one until people kept commenting, hey, April, you missed this. And I'm like, how did I miss this? So I need to go react to that. But honestly, I would just thank everybody. Pablo, I would thank him, and because he writes and composes music too. That's what I was trying to say, the compose music. Ken does that too. But oh, Pablo, and thank you for keeping everybody, you know, uplifting them and being a very, very amazing leader that he is. Pablo is like the glue to SB19, I feel like. Like, he literally holds them together. I love Pablo. He's a goofball. He's a goofball. No, Ken. Oh, and I would tell Ken I'm obsessed with his laugh. His laugh is the cutest thing in the freaking world. His laugh is so cute. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Pablo is a goofball. Stell is a mood maker. He's also a goofball, but he's just like I don't even know how to explain Stell. He's Stell. That's how you explain Stell. And Kintel together, that is my heart right there. But definitely thank Stell too, and be like, how do you hit those notes? I would be like, how do you hit those notes? Please give me some insiders, you know, like I need to know. He's an amazing singer. I would tell him that. I would tell him like he's an amazing singer. Like he could literally cover anything. Also, now that I'm talking about that, I think he did something with Disney that I also need to react to. Man, I'm so far behind. This is my first day off I've had in like 5 days, so. Then moving on to Justin. I would be like, baby Justin, oh my God. I just want to grab his face. He's so cute. Oh my gosh. Justin, oh my gosh. I don't even know. Oh, I just love him so much. He's like such a baby. I don't even know what to like. I would tell him to stop teasing. This man teases too much. I watch his TikToks. He be teasing. That's for sure. And then I would like tell him that he also has an amazing voice. Like he really does. I love his tone. That's it. I love his tone. I tell him I love his tone. It's amazing. It's amazing. Then I would look at Josh and tell him to stop taking off his shirt because he's gonna kill everybody out there. All the 18s are dead, no matter what place you're in, no matter what farm, no matter where you're at in the fandom, you're out. Josh knows how to, like I said, he is a stage performer. He will take you out. He's so cute and so sweet and humble too. I would also thank him. I would literally thank everybody. I might have like a little bit more say to like Ken, you know, like I said, I don't even know if I could form words. He's the one person I don't know if I'd be able to form words. I would look at him and he'd look at me like I'm stupid. He'll be like, what are you trying to say? Because that would be it. I would seriously though thank all of them and tell them they're amazing and they can do and accomplish anything that they set their mind to, and they have. They've shown that. They've proven that. Between Go Up and now, like, you know, how far they've come, how far they will go. Just keep believing in yourself. Just keep believing in yourself, you know? And even if you have haters or you have people that don't like you, that's fine. Don't mess with them. Don't bother them. They have nothing else better to do than hate on people. That's how I feel like when I get comments or when I have people say something about me or whatnot, you know, like, stuff like that. I'm sitting there thinking in my head, I'm just like, personally, what, like, I've never done anything. I don't know what's going on in y'all's head. Negative comments hit different people differently, you know, like me taking negative comments, I'm fine. They don't really bother me that much. I've had maybe a couple comments get to me. That's about it. And I'm telling myself, dude, they have nothing else better to do than do that. Like, they're just trolling. Like, they just don't listen. You know, and then you have like people like my sister. My sister doesn't have as strong of a mind as I do, and she lets stuff get to her a whole lot more than what I would let get to me, you know? So like people need to be cautious of when they're commenting something very negative, because some people don't have a mentality where they can take stuff like that, you know what I mean? So like I don't like that. And I love how SB19, they don't let that stuff get to, well, from what we see, fans see, they don't let it get to them. And they shouldn't, because they give it their all, and that's all anybody asks for is their all. And if you don't like their music, then don't listen. Nobody's making you listen. You don't have to comment anything, you know what I mean? So it's, yeah, that I did want to say something about that too, because like when you become a YouTuber or when you're in an idol or you're an actor or anything, you're gonna get negativity everywhere. And those people that give you the negativity, unless you are like doing something, you know, like you know what I mean, but like if they're just like bringing you down for no reason, just don't, in your head, you should say, I'm doing my best, and if you don't like it, that's fine. Like, you don't have to please everybody. You really don't. So, and then for the people that do hate comments, like, seriously, what is wrong with y'all? Like, I majored in psychology, and I'm just like, seriously, like, people that, I'm gonna give you guys a little insight. People that that comment negative things or whatnot, they're also in, like, a very bad mental state. So they're feeling bad about themselves, so they're reflecting it on other people, so they don't feel as bad about themselves, which people shouldn't do in general. But, you know, like, me, what I do, I kill with kindness. You know, somebody comments something negative, and I'm just like, thank you. Like, I appreciate your feedback or whatnot, something like that, you know, just kill them with kindness. Do something totally different. They want a response out of you. They want something negative. They want you to lash out. Don't do that. Either don't comment, don't say anything, or kill them with kindness. Like, that is what I want to say. So, moving on to Twitter. Let me go find these comments, because I've tweeted a lot since then. Give me a second. Let me see. Okay, April. Where is it at? Oh, wait, that's not it. Well, I'm gonna find it. Oh, right here. I found them. Okay. Okay, here's one. By Tina. If you'll have a chance to attend a sound check, what is your gift for Ken, and what do you want to tell him? Oh, no. My cheeks are so freaking red. My cheeks are so red. What would I tell him exactly? I'll be like, thank you. I love you so much. I love your voice. Keep doing what you love. You know, just be yourself. Like, and he really is. Like, I really wouldn't know what to say other than thank you so much. I love you. Your music makes me so happy, and I really appreciate everything that you do for us, you know. That's exactly probably what I would say, because, you know, you don't have much time during fan meets anyways. Gift wise, should I make him a t-shirt? I mean, I did make that symbol up for Paleo and Bulan. Oh, that would be, I just thought of something. I don't want anybody else to take my idea, though. I don't want anybody else to take my idea, so I don't really want to say it. No one take my idea, okay? This is my idea. Okay? I don't know why this just popped in my head, but buy a chicken, you know, because it's farmer's like poultry chicken. Buy a chicken. Like, you know, like Build-A-Bear, or like, you know, but like a chicken. Get an outfit, get a shirt or something, and then get the Bulan and the symbol that I made, put it on the shirt. That'd be so cute. I don't know why that just came to my head. I would have to think about it a lot more, but as of right now, that is my gift that I just thought about on the spot. I literally thought about it on the spot. I don't know why that came to my head, but I think that would be so fucking cute. I don't know what he'd do with it. He'd probably look at it and be like, what is in this girl's head? But, like, make a chicken, like, you know, like Build-A-Bear, like, make a chicken, buy it a shirt, and then I'm gonna design the shirt. Like I did my Kimprel shirt, I would design the shirt to put on the chicken and give it to him. And give him, and probably put some, like a little basket with some candy or something in it and give it to him. That's literally what just came to my head. Or make him a t-shirt or like something like that, you know. You know, that's exactly what I'd do. Oh my gosh. I don't know why that just came to my head, but that okay. By Mad Designs. Which member shocked you the most since you saw them in real life? Like an example, many people said that Josh looked really observant and was quiet, but not in an introverted way. Okay. Ken and Justin for me. An example would be Ken, is every time I see him, he's so like when I see him in not lives, but like interviews and whatnot, he don't really do very many of those, but when you see him, he's off and he's always in his he's just himself, he's in his own head, his own world, you know. And he's like very, not necessarily shy, but he keeps to himself. During this live, he was always smiling. He put on an amazing show. He was very, very energetic. But I mean, that's what a main dancer does. But like talking moments and stuff, he was always like watching him interact with his members was freaking amazing. The cute smiles, the hugs, the like, you know, like the skit and stuff that they did during Where You At, and like he was very like playful, I guess you'd say, and very like very cute. He was so cute. Like, oh my gosh. And now Justin was not baby Justin when he's on stage. When he was on my stage, he was not baby Justin. He was Jess the whole time. He, like, watching him live, like I've said about his voice, like he put on a show. Like he had his moments where he was smiling, he was like, you know, baby Justin, but like he was a beast. He was a beast when he was performing. Because like my eyes kept diverting to him, and I'm just like, oh my god, he is tearing up this stage. Like, dude. And their skit for Where You At was so freaking cute and funny. Like, still, where's the bar? I'm just like, that's me, let's go. and then Justin came out and asked about Disneyland, and I'm just like, baby. So cute, baby. I'll go with you. I've never been to Disneyland myself, but I love rides. Let's go. But they are just very humble and kind in general, and they're so funny. They're such goofballs. But I've kind of got a little bit of that watching SB19 Show Break. Like, you see it in there, like how well they have chemistry and how good of a friendship they do have. Even if they do fight or bicker, you know, they still, at the end of the day, they're brothers. Like, they really are. Like, they have that sibling energy, and I love that about them. So, oh, that was amazing. Okay, so Kate, she gave me 4 questions. Let's answer them. Number 1, who was the unexpected bias wrecker during your trip? Justin. I've already said that. Justin, freaking Justin. He was definitely the unexpected. No, he's not unexpected bias wrecker. Honestly, yes, he is, because I really thought Stell or Josh was really gonna come for me, but Justin always comes for me normally when I react. So like I kind of expected Justin to, but at the same time I was like, oh no, he's gonna be a baby. No, Justin and Pablo came for me and freaking Bazinga when they went like that. Fart, you know that part? I replayed it a couple times. Pablo bit his lip and gave that sassiness, and I'm just like, sir, excuse me, excuse me, was it necessary? I need to make a shirt. Was it necessary? Because for every single group, there's at least one person in every single group, especially like Toru and 1 o'clock. Was it necessary? Like, I need to make a shirt. Was it necessary? And wear it and make it, because damn, like, I say that a lot these days. Was it necessary? So, oh my gosh. And then, let me see. Number 2, describe each member. I already did that. I kind of already did that in another question they asked me, so that kind of question was already answered. Number 3, describe how each song made you feel. Okay. Ooh. I don't know. Let me see. Let's start off. I forgot this. What was a very good opener. Very good. Got the energy rolling. Very good opener. What was next? I don't remember the set list. Gotta give me a minute. Was it Hangulsua? I can't even say that word. I still can't say that. Their ballad song was so, we had the tea lights up. So it was very moving, and they sounded amazing. Let me just tell you guys how I felt on the main songs that Nebai, that song, that, like I said, I'd never heard that song before, but I was feeling it. I was feeling that song a lot. I just wanted to give everybody a hug, especially the members. I just wanted to give the members a hug. So that's how that one made me feel for sure. Tia Lua made made me so happy, but I wanted to cry out of joy because of hearing that live. Because like I said, that is one of my favorite songs. And like hearing it live and hearing all their vocals on that, just in the harmonization, I was like a puddle. I was a puddle. I literally was a puddle. So that one just, I don't even know how to, that one, I don't even know how to express how much I love that one and how much that performance meant to me. Attention, was it necessary? Was it necessary? That one, my soul left my body on that one. If I wouldn't have recorded that, I wouldn't have remembered that performance at all because I was out. My body was, my soul, my heart, everything, my mind was out my body. I don't even know what happened to it. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't remember. I went back and watched my video and I heard me screaming. I wish I would have turned the camera around at that part because my face probably would have been like, or like screaming and like, I don't even know. I would have looked possessed probably. So that's how that song made me feel. Bazinga, I was so hyped. I was so hyped. That is my song. That is like, I was dancing. I was happy. I'm like, yes, haters, get it back, you know, like, oh, like that song makes you feel invincible. Bazinga makes you feel so invincible. I love that song. It makes you feel like you can fight anybody or be on top of the world, you know, like, oh, I love that song. Salamat made me so freaking happy. Like, when I say, like, my joy, that was the best way to end the concert. I'm not freaking joking. Even though I wasn't up front and didn't get my phone taken or anything, like, I literally was the happiest I could have ever been during that. Salamat is it. I love that. And that was the greatest way to end the show. I left feeling so happy and so giddy. So, let me think. What other songs? I'm missing some. Go Up. How they talked about Go Up before, like how this was the song, like if you've watched their Tony Talks or whatnot, you know, Go Up was the song before they thought they're, you know, gonna split up and whatnot. So it meant a lot in the way they performed it. And then the way Ken's like, we go up. I'm just like, boy. That was really good. That meaning in that song is amazing. I love that too. I don't really know how it made me feel like I was just like, yeah, we gonna go up. Like, I was just singing my heart out, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to express how I felt during that song. I was just screaming the lyrics. So, let me see. I know I'm gonna forget some songs and I'm sorry. Top of my head, I'm just thinking about the main ones that, you know, like, struck me. Mappa. I think everybody feels heartbroken during that song. Heartbroken. I'm just gonna leave it as heartbroken. That song, oh, no. Oh, that song. And then Where You At? That song made me so happy I got to connect with anybody and everybody that was there. You know, like, there was people that I didn't know, and that didn't know me that I still connected with, and then there was people that knew me that I connected with. Like, you literally connected with so many people, and that song makes you feel like everybody is the same. It doesn't matter where you're at, like what, like who you are, or, you know, anything like that. You can connect with anybody, you know. I love that song. Where you at? Okay, I'm sorry. Connect the lines. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know what just happened in my head. But yeah, that song makes you feel like you can connect with anybody, and I did. I connected with quite a few people, and I love meeting everybody, and everybody that I said hey to, took pictures with. You know, like, that was an amazing experience in itself. Thank you guys so much for coming up to me and speaking to me. I really enjoyed that a lot. I loved meeting everybody, meeting 18. The fandom is so sweet and so nice. They're just as chaotic as me too. And I loved that. So, that was the best. It was so amazing. I'm trying to think what other songs specifically, if I can think of anything right this second. People's gonna comment and be like, what about this song? And I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm sorry. But just know that if you guys watch my vlog, you guys know how happy I was during every single song. So, like, that was literally my thing. And then number 4, how much is left in your bank account? We are not gonna answer that question. because, yeah, we're just gonna, yeah, that was, like I said, I spent a lot and I used my savings. So that should explain that. But like I said, it was so worth it. I would do it again. So, okay. We're gonna answer probably about 3 more questions, and then I'm about to end this because I've been sitting here talking forever, and I guarantee not everybody's gonna sit here and listen to me talk this long. I'm so sorry. Okay. What made you bite the bullet and see SB19 by Mia Shaw? I think that's how you say it. I literally wanted to watch them. Was waiting for the Las Vegas. Never happened. I really thought there was going to be a Las Vegas tour because of the Where You At music video. They showed Las Vegas. I literally thought they were going to do. Never announced it. And I heard that after the San Francisco, they were going to Singapore. And I guarantee in my head, I was like, they are not coming back to the U.S. because Singapore is on the other side. You know, it's close to their country, like the Philippines. So I was like, yeah, they're not coming back to the U.S. So I was like, I can't make it to San Francisco. No, there was no possible way. I worked, like, San Francisco was Friday, which was... today is Monday, so 3 days ago. I've worked 5 days straight. There was no way I was making it to San Francisco. I literally woke up on Friday morning. I had Friday and Saturday off. I had to be at work for Sunday. Saturday was the concert. I woke up Friday morning and I was like, I gotta go. I've got to go to this concert. Like, I cannot miss them. Like, in my head, I was like, I cannot miss them. Booked my flight. Booked my flight and bought my ticket. Literally within like 2 minutes of each other. Showered as quick as possible. Threw shit in my suitcase and ended up forgetting a charger, which was the most important thing I needed, you know. Booked it to the airport. On the way to the while I was waiting for my flight to depart, I booked a place to stay because I didn't have one of those. I booked a place to stay, and I left. I went. I got there that evening, didn't make it to Wish Bus. I was very upset, and then I went to bed because of time difference. It was a 2-hour difference, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but it is when you have work and you do YouTube and you have to edit. So like, my sleep schedule was off like bad. So, I was tired. I went to bed. I ate something, went to bed, woke up at 5 in the morning. No coffee around. I was so mad. I could not find coffee. Nothing open till 7 a.m. And I'm like, what the heck? So, I got up. I sat in my room and watched TikTok for about 2 hours. Yep, that's what I did. TikTok makes time go by so fast. I'm just saying. Finally, 7 o'clock came around. I was like, yes, let's go get some coffee. I walked around. I literally stayed on Cosmo Street, which if you would have walked up Cosmo Street, Hollywood Street's right there. So I was literally right there in dead center Hollywood. I walked up, found some coffee, and then I walked to the Avalon to see where they were before me. And there was 18 out there already. It was so cute. And then I got more coffee. And then I toured. Girl, can you speak? I walked around. I guess I did say I toured a little, like, around and looked around at places that I want to see, never seen before. Kind of vlogged it. You guys saw a little bit of it. Ate something, went back to my hotel, got a VIP ticket. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna be closer and this is gonna be freaking amazing. So like literally 5 to 6 hours before the concert, I got a VIP ticket. It kind of sounds like the 1 o'clock concert. I literally bought the VIP ticket the night before, but I actually got to do meet and greet with that. There was no more SVIP tickets, or if there was, actually there was, but I had already bought the VIP ticket, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that, because then I have 2 extra tickets if I would have bought another one. So I was like, I'm already low on money. I'll be fine with the VIP. Next time I'll do meet and greet. You know, there's always a next time, and they even said they're coming back. So I could do it then, and I'll be planned this time too, so it'd be even better. So I got to do that. I went and stood in line for about 4.5, 5 hours before we went in, and then I'd stand an hour in there before, you know, they came on. So like my legs were hurting because I had already walked all day previous because I was touring around. So like it was worth it though. My legs were hurting. Then I went from there. The concert, I tried to see them off, but like I couldn't see them. It was sad. It's okay. I caught a little bit of them. Ken walked way too fast anyways. Even if I was at the front, he probably wouldn't even looked up. He literally went back. He walked. straight. He was ready to go. Then I went straight to LAX. Please tell me why I did not know airports closed. Like, security closes from, what is it? I think like 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. So I slept on a cold ass floor for like 4 hours before I could even go through security. I didn't even sleep, not really. I was so exhausted because I had work. Get you this. This is Saturday night. I have work Sunday. My flight leaves at 5:40 in the morning to go back to Louisiana because I had work. I had to. I didn't have a choice. So I was so cold, so tired. Finally, I was the first person. I was the first person in line for, or not like the exact first person, but I was like first in line for security when they opened up at 3 a.m. So I booked it and I set my alarm. I found a couch by my boarding. I fell asleep on the couch. When I say as soon as my head hit that couch, I was out like a light. I said, thank God I set my alarm. I would have missed my flight. My alarm went off at like 5:30 in the morning because my flight was at not 5:30, 5:20 in the morning because my flight was at like 5:40. So I wanted to wake up a little early. And there's like quite a few people in there. When I say I passed out, I'm not joking because I got like 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, I got like almost 3 hours of sleep. Thank God I got some sleep because I was like, I'll tell you that. I'll keep going. So I got on the flight. I was in between two people. When I say I passed out on the flight too, I had like a layover in Denver. But from Los Angeles to Denver, I think it was like a 2-hour flight. I fell asleep. My head was slumped like this. Like, I fell asleep. The person next to me, like, elbowed me, like, oh, we gotta get off the flight. I was like, oh, okay. So we got off Denver. That took me I had a layover there for about an hour or whatnot. And then from Denver back to Louisiana, I read a book. I stayed up this time, and then literally straight from the airport, I booked it to my work. So I live about 45 minutes away from the New Orleans airport, and then my work is about 15 minutes away from where I live. So it was about an hour drive to my work. When I say I got off my flight at 1:55, I got to my car about 2:20. About 2:20, I left about the airport about 2:20. I had to be at work for 4:45. Like 5 o'clock is my shift, but you have to be there. I'm a shift fleek, so I had to be there early. So I booked it from the airport to my work, and I got there on time. But I don't get off work till 1 in the morning. So I was exhausted. And when I got back home, I passed out, and then I started editing. I literally woke up the next morning and started editing the vlog for you guys. So that's kind of how that went. It was so last minute, so worth it. I would do it again. It was crazy. That was like seriously crazy on my part. And like, I'm a very big planner, and like everything has to be in order. You know, I'm that person. I was like, what came over me? I've never done anything that impulsive in my life, like ever. Like, I'm a very planned by the book. Like, I know when to leave my house to get to work early. Like, I have to be early everywhere. It gives me like anxiety if I'm late to anything. So like, that was very impulsive for me. That's why I was like, April, what are you doing? But like I said, it was worth it. It was really, really worth it. So, wow. Okay. All right, I lost where I was at. Okay. I've already answered that technically. Okay, here's a good question. Hazel Ray. What is your favorite moment, scene, performance during the concert? I had a lot of those. I really did. I think though, if I'd say Attention, Tia Lua, Bazinga, and Salamat. Bakit Ba Akawa though, the way Ken was singing that is seriously engraved in my head. You guys know that photo of Ken I posted, like with the shirt kind of open and he was singing in the mic, and you know, that was during Bakit Ba Akawa, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was during that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was during, because that's when I kept zooming. I think it was during that performance. I could be wrong, but the way that scene right there, like I said, I'm not even sure what that song that's from, but I think it's from that song. But that scene is engraved in my head. Like, the amount of soul and passion he had when he was singing in that mic during that performance. I should probably look up what performance that was. Let me go see. Actually, I'll be able to tell you. Give me a second, because I want to tell you guys exactly what performance that was. It might have, no, I think that was Tia Lua, actually. I think that was Tia Lua. It was either Tia Lua or Bakit Ba Akawa. It was one of those two songs, and I love both of those performances, especially Tia Lua. So that scene right there was, that moment is engraved in my head on Ken's part, like that part when Ken was, the passion, the soul, like that. I cannot get that image out my head. Like when I say I captured that image perfectly, like you saw, oh, that right there. That was definitely my moment, like the moment that I will remember the most. And I don't know why. It was just the way he was like, oh, the soul, the passion. Like I said, the soul and the passion. I think that right there is what really got me. So, all right. It says, how'd that make you feel? Like invincible. Like whenever, like I said, I really love music and I'm really big on music. And when I see people really enjoy what they're doing, and like especially SB19, they're so passionate about their music, and when I see that, it makes me feel like I can do anything. Like, you know, like if you set your mind to something, you literally can accomplish anything and everything. You just have to want it, and you have to go for it, and you have to believe in yourself. So definitely, that's how it made me feel. Invincible. Like you can do anything. But they always make me feel that way. So and then after attending the concert, any takeaways about the whole experience? Guard your heart and soul. Because mine was gone. Savor every moment. Like, it's worth it. Like, definitely, I would recommend, I know a lot of people, like, I don't know about y'all, but every concert I've ever went to, like, in that moment, like, I'm loving it and I'm seeing it, but after the concert, I'm like, what happened? What happened? I don't remember. Thank God. Like, definitely record as much as you can so you can remember everything, because the concerts are that amazing, and, like, for me anyways, they're that amazing that in that moment, I'm living that moment, but my heart, like, I'm not there. Like, I'm out-of-body experience. I don't remember what happened after the concert. So I'm glad I record everything. That's why I record everything too. So definitely prepare. Which you can't really do that, but definitely record. Definitely record. I recommend recording as much as you can so you can relive that experience. All right. Okay. One more. I'll do 2 more questions because somebody wants me to. Josh is my bias. How handsome is he in person? He is so cute. He is, like I said, he's a performer. That man is like aggressive with his facial expressions, like freaking aggressive. So he's beautiful. I had a Josh stand beside me, and like she can even say like, yes. He's gorgeous. He can sing. He's a performer. He put on an amazing show. So, all right. Let's see. One more. Are you still laugh after attention? Like I said, I don't remember. I answered that. I was like, I'm really not. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Final question. And I think this is the perfect way to end it. How loud did you scream when Ken calls his beautiful chicks out there? Boy, did I scream. Boy, did I scream. I literally had people next to me probably like, I don't know if you guys could hear how loud I screamed when he called it out, but I was smiling from ear to ear and I was screaming. I was screaming. I did not let it up until somebody else started talking. I was that chick. I've been there, like, ooh, I loved when they were calling out because I was ready for it. I was ready for Ken and to call out his chicks. His chicks, I screamed. That's whenever my voice started cracking. I don't know if you guys heard my voice cracking that one, but it cracked. It cracked so bad. Oh, that was okay. Yeah, so definitely, you guys know, let me just give, you guys asked me of all people how loud I screamed when Ken called out his chickens. You asked me. If you guys did not hear my video, if you guys do not know me, you guys know how loud I screamed. Boy, I could have probably took down the whole house. I could have shattered glass. It was bad. Oh, I love them. This experience was amazing. I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer because I've been here for a minute just talking about. I didn't know how much I could talk. I've been sitting here over an hour, okay? And I don't even know how many questions I answered. Probably didn't even answer that many, but I hope I touched just about everything that you guys wanted to hear from me. And I really enjoyed sitting down and doing this Q&A with y'all. This experience was amazing. Even if it was last minute, like I said. Amazing. Highly recommend. I highly recommend. It was amazing. And I'll forever remember this, and like the people that I met will forever remember them. I felt so welcome. I loved that. I don't mind traveling. I've traveled multiple places by myself before, so like it didn't bother me. But like meeting people and, you know, talking to them and having the same you know, experiences with them, like experiencing with them, and then like having stuff in common was the greatest. So it was amazing. SB19 literally knows how to make everybody come together and feel loved, and like you are on top of the world. Like you can do anything. Like your dreams will come true if you set your mind to them. You just got to work hard, you know. We're all going to go up, you know. We're all going to go up from here. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I love talking about this experience. I ended up crying at one point. I want to start crying again. Like, I don't know why. I get so emotional when I'm talking about my experience because I felt so emotional. So, salamat, everybody. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh, I want to start crying. And I'm definitely going to see them again. So, and I know I tweeted, I cannot react to Ken anymore. I'm joking. I'm going to get to these reactions. I'm going to get to Stray. I think it's called Stray Dogs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to get to Ken's unreleased song. I'm going to get to Stell singing. Still need to catch up on a couple things. I think SB19 related. I know I still haven't watched Stell's vlogs that I need to. I'm a little behind. I will get to everything in time, I promise. So, I love you all. What is it? Mahakita? Is that it? I love you, right? Mahakita? I could probably be saying it wrong. I'm hoping I'm saying it right. So, I love all of y'all. And I will catch you guys later, apples.